Alright, we're going to do numbers 4, 5, and 6 here real quick. Basically, remember, we are trying to determine whether these are linear, exponential, or quadratic. So we're just going to run them through the paces and see what we find. So I'll start off by subtracting. 600 minus 500, that's 100. 720 minus 600, that's 120. 864 minus 720, that's 144. So we can tell it's not linear already. And 1037 minus 864, I don't feel like doing that in my head. 1037 minus 864, wow, what did I just do? Clear. 1037 minus 864 equals 173. Okay, so there's that. So we'll try our second difference, which I'm pretty sure isn't working already. So 120 minus 100, that's 20. 144 minus 20 is 22. And 173 minus 44, that's 29. So the first differences aren't the same, the second differences aren't the same, so therefore this is not linear, it's not quadratic. Let's go back and try dividing instead, see if our ratios are the same. So 600 divided by 500, 600 divided by 500, 600 divided by 500 is 1.2. 600 divided by 500 is 1.2. 720 divided by 600 is also 1.2. 864 divided by 720, that's 1.2. And then last but not least, 1037 divided by 864, that's also 1.2002. But that essentially rounds to 1.2. So since it's the same ratio all the way down, this one is exponential. I'll go ahead and write it here. Exponential. And we're going to write the equation. So we need an a and a b value. If you recall, a is your starting point. So x is 0, y is 500. And b is your ratio. Since all the ratios are 1.2, then take 1.2. So y equals 500 times 1.2 to the x. Okay? Number 4 is exponential. Let's try number 5. Escape. Discard. Number 5. We're going to start the same way. We'll start off by subtracting. Negative 6 minus 4. Minus negative 4 is actually negative 2. Negative 14 minus 6 is negative 8. Negative 28 minus 14 is negative 14. And negative 48 minus negative 28 is negative 20. Yep. Alright, so it's not linear, since those are different. So negative 8 minus negative 2, that's negative 6. Negative 14 minus negative 8, that's also negative 6. And negative 20 minus 14, minus negative 14 is negative 6. So the second difference is the same, therefore this is quadratic. Alright? And the quadratic, remember a for your a value. We'll take the second difference, divide it by 2. So negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. For your b value, we take your very first, so from the starting point to the first point, which means we take the negative 2 and subtract a. So negative 2 minus negative 3. So negative 2 really plus 3 equals 1. And c is your starting point. So when x is 0, y is negative 4. So y equals negative 3x squared plus x minus 4. There you go. Alright, let's do number 6. Alright, for this one, again, just figure it out. 1 minus negative 3, that's 1 plus 3, that's 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. 9 minus 5 is 4. 13 minus 9 is also 4. So they're all 4s. So your first difference is the same. So it's linear. So your change in y is 4. Change in y is 4. Your change in x, well, you're going up by 1, right? The change in x is 1. So 4 divided by 1 is 4. Therefore, y equals 4x. Because remember, m equals delta y divided by delta x. So 4 divided by 1 is 4. And last but not least, you just need your starting point. B equals the start, so B is negative 3 minus 3. As that is your linear.